they work with me on getting training and getting ready to start classes. Uh, I've been with Proximity Learning, I believe, yeah, about 4 years now as well. So we've all had a long time working with teachers here, and it's nice to meet everyone.
So
Go
again,
ahead.
I was gonna say, just again, today's purpose is just to kind of go through who we are, what we look like, what it looks like to work with us. And I know there was a big J1 pause with the federal government, so we just want to touch base on that as well.
All right. So, who are we at Proximity Learning? We've been around since 2009. So, most people think that we started like with a war COVID company, but we're not. We've been around since 2009. Our mission is to connect all learners with the expert teachers they deserve. And we've actually been hiring J1 teachers since 2023. Let's go to the next slide.
Yep.
Yep.
Well,
Oh,
there we go.
sorry. Yeah. And so we really love hiring international teachers because of all these points that you see here. I'm not going to read them to you, but basically it really allows our classrooms to be globally focused. And so learning from teachers from other countries gives our students a way more enriched experience that they would have. So it is an honor for us to hire international teachers. And we love that we allow teachers to work from anywhere in the world as long as you have a good internet connection. So, for that reason, many other reasons, we really value what you bring to the table as an international teacher.
So again, J1 hiring updates here at Proximity Learning. Um, So again, we know there was a J1 visa that was paused with US federal government. This does not affect Proximity's learning hiring ability to hire teachers that have completed a J1 program. So since our teachers are fully remote, you can work from anywhere. That's why we're able to still hire you. So as long as you meet the requirements, you're eligible to work with us, from abroad. You are able to work with us. We are actually currently hiring teachers that have completed a J1 program as we speak. We already have teachers going through our interview process, our training process. They're kind of all over. So we are actively hiring teachers that have completed a J1 program. So, what we look for with candidates. So, we do require a valid US state certification. So, it does need to be active. It can be in any one of the 50 states. We do require stable internet. So, we recommend doing a speed test. You can just Google speed test, pull it up. We ask for a minimum of 50 megabytes per second. Anything over 50 is always preferred. The faster the better. Teaching experience in the US classrooms, especially if you've done virtual hybrid. Again, it's not required if you've never been a virtual teacher. As long as you have experience, teaching in the US classroom or any kind of classroom. We do prefer to have a social security number. And part of that reason why is many of our states, I want to say 48 or 49 of them, now require a social security number to get reciprocity. So it's not a requirement, but it is preferred just so that's not going to limit the states that you're able to teach in. And of course, the biggest thing is passion for student success, really wanting to engage and support our kiddos across the US. So, our steps, we just kind of like to be transparent about that. So, first, again, make sure you're certified. The first part, you'll submit an application. So, I've put the link there. It'll also be shown again on the back end, and we'll put it in the chat at the end of this slide deck as well. We'll first ask you to complete a recorded demo. We'll give you some instructions, examples, so you kind of know what to expect, what to do. We typically give our teachers about 5 days, so that way, a lot of times it falls on the weekend. You're able to do it over the weekend to submit a demo. Maria and I both individually review applications by hand and we review the demo by hand. So this is, we're not going to put you through an AI process. It's going to be either one of us looking through that. We'll then schedule some time to meet with us, ask a couple follow-up questions, really go more into detail of the role. If you are selected for hire, we'll put you through our onboarding process, and then that's when you'll see our guy Travis again for training afterwards.
All right. So what it looks like to work with PLI. Okay, so what does it look like to be a full or a virtual teacher for proximity learning? You're fully remote, 100%. All of our positions are 100% remote from your home country, as long as you have good internet. You will teach live synchronous classes. So these are not self-driven curriculums. These are, you're actually teaching just as you would in a traditional classroom, except for you're remote. We do provide curriculum. It's fully built out in Canvas. Um, and then we have facilitators in each classroom to be kind of your co-pilot. And then we do have tons of virtual tools to help you have really good engagement and integration in your lessons. And we do offer live support for all of our teachers. Next. All right, let's talk about compensation. We pay $20 an hour, an hour of a class, basically, as long as you have a valid U.S. Social Security number and, of course, you're certified. You are considered like it's a contract position, so like what a 1099 would look like here. You manage your taxes according to your country's laws. We do offer direct deposit to your preferred bank account. It does not have to be in the US. And we give you access to professional development and ongoing support. And here's our contact information. You can contact us directly. Maybe, I don't know if Evan can put our email in the chat. That would be, I think, helpful so people can copy and paste it. And that is our apply now link. If you found us on LinkedIn, any of the jobs that you see on there, you can apply directly from any of those jobs too. And then if you have any questions that you need answered, we use kind of a help desk system, but it doesn't go to somewhere unknown. It actually comes directly to our team. So if you have a question, one of us will answer your question. Okay, so don't feel like your question will be ignored. You can always submit a support ticket.
And what's nice about the support ticket is it'll give you, some information first. If you're not able to get the information you need, then like Maria said, it goes directly to one of us. So one of us will always be responding. Again, you can reach out to us email. The best way to get this process started is starting the application. So that apply now email, it's proxlearn.pliconnect.com. You'll create an account, get started, and submit your application. We typically review applications, what, Maria, like 24, typically less than like 24 hours.
Yeah.
Um,
Unless it's the weekend, but yeah.
yeah. Sometimes a little longer, but usually we review them pretty quickly. So we'll get back with you, regardless of, the next steps. So yeah, we'd love to answer, open up the floor, answer any questions that y'all may have for us. So if you have a question, you can go ahead and put it in the chat. We'll keep an eye on it. If not, that is the end of our presentation. We'll stay on just in case any questions come in, but thank y'all again for joining us today.
And just a last thing, I have put the email of both of our recruiters here, Samantha and Maria, in the chat. We've also linked the help desk link so that if you ever do run into issues while applying, you can submit those tickets and they will go to our team. And of course, also put the application link there as well with a little more information about what it's like to work for Proximity Learning. And with those last pieces of information, again, if you guys have any questions, we'd love to hear from you. All right, we do have some questions. Okay, very nice, Sophia. So you're still working on your J1. This is exactly the kind of engagement that we're looking for. If you're currently working on a J1 and you're thinking, what should I do next? We are a great option and we would love to have you. Do we anticipate more J1 openings in the upcoming school year? We do anticipate more J1. We are currently hiring J1 teachers And that's certainly a big goal for us is to promote J1 teachers with our client schools.
And Louise, if you'll send us an email, we'll double check your application just to make sure. Sometimes, we're human, things can fall in the cracks. But yeah, if you'll send one of us an email, we'll take a look and re-review your application for you.
Uh, with an expired license, if you do have the Social Security, yeah, if you do have the Social Security from a J1, and I might be speaking out of turn, but you should be able to request to renew that teaching license or get reciprocity in a different state.
Yeah, no, you're right, Travis. It's going to depend on the state. Some states may require you to take like a praxis exam. Some states you can actually just apply. I would actually recommend submitting a support ticket, asking that question, giving us information on what state, when it expired, potentially even uploading a picture of your expired certification, and we'll make sure that gets to our certification team. And so our certification team can kind of help answer, provide some recommendations on if it's expired, this is what I'd recommend, just because Amanda Cope's part of our certification team, and she's going to have a more detailed, better answer for you. So definitely submit a support ticket with us with that question.
All right. We also got questions about uh, how many hours would we typically work and what are our typical class sizes. Uh, we do allow our teachers to build their own schedules. So if you are wanting to work at as much as possible, you are able to request enrollment in all the classes that we have available that align with your certification. We typically ask for teachers to have up to 4 hours of availability. And the typical minimum commitment is that you're teaching 3 classes. So that could range between, you know, roughly 3 hours or so of live instruction. And of course, you're always eligible to enroll in more classes. We do not have a maximum class cap. So if you have a lot of availability and you'd like to enroll, you are free to do so. Our typical class sizes are in line with US class sizes. So for the most part, you're teaching in a class of about 30 students. There might be some schools that have certain customizations where you would have slightly more students, but typically that is not the case. It's usually 30 and below. 3 classes is our minimum commitment. Of course, that excludes situations where perhaps there aren't available classes to enroll in at that time. So if we have nothing available and you've got 2 classes, you do not need to worry about any kind of punitive measures. You're teaching the classes that are available. And of course, coming into a new school year, this is a good time to be applying. There's a lot of availability when we start new school years.
No, that's a great point, Travis. We are always recommending submitting an application. It happens all the time where I'm talking to a candidate and I'm saying, hey, so unfortunately, we don't have any roles that match your certification. Our data team will reach out. It's happened, I kid you not, like 5 minutes later saying, hey, we need 3 teachers that have that teacher certification. And so I respond back and I'm like, hey, please ignore my email. We actually just got classes. So it happens all the time, which is really great. So we always recommend submitting an application because we go through our applicant pool first before reaching out to new candidates. So if you've already submitted an application, we have it on file. Like I said, if anything opens up that matches your certification, we will reach back out to you.
Yeah, and I'd like to add something to that too. If you would be so kind as to spread the word about us hiring J1 teachers, certified teachers in other countries, if you have friends, colleagues, please share the news. We're hiring in most areas at the high school level. So we're looking for math, science, English language arts, Spanish. Um, am I missing something, Samantha?
No, I think you nailed it. I mean, those are our big areas right now that we're expecting from the school year. It may expand, but right now those are our areas of focus just because that's what we're expected to have for the upcoming school year.
So absolutely, please share the good news. And if we're not hiring in your area right now, don't let that discourage you. Just like Samantha said, put in an application because things turn around for us very quickly. So from one day to the next, we could be hiring special education teachers. Right now we're not, but very soon we will be. So it's not the end of the world if we reserve you. At the moment you apply, it just means that right now we don't have classes.
We did have a question about are proximity learning teachers expected to work with co-teachers or aides in the school district? Yes, that is usually what happens is the school provides an in-class facilitator, and you'll be working very closely with that in-class facilitator to coordinate, live instructional activities, and also they do assist with classroom management as well because they are really your eyes and ears within the classroom. So you're planning instruction, you're working on student differentiation and intervention, and they are working in the class to kind of manage those live activities or potentially distribute physical materials if that is relevant to your lesson. When is the next meeting? I will invite friends. Gotta love that.
So what I would recommend, I would definitely share, I'm sure, or hopefully you found us through our LinkedIn page. It's recruitment at Proximity Learning. If you will just have them follow our page, you can message us directly there. You can submit a support ticket. I would highly recommend sharing that page with them. We don't plan on doing another meeting as of right now. If we get more interest, we have no problem doing another webinar. What we do plan on doing is uploading this webinar to YouTube. We'll have it posted to our page by the end of the week so that anybody that's interested can watch it as well. But definitely share the page. We provide tips, insights on, recommendations for an interview, recommendations for tools to use, what it looks like to be a virtual teacher. So definitely share a LinkedIn page and that application button. I believe it was Maria, we're talking about we spend half of the interview really going through what this role looks like. So we go into a lot more depth during the interview as well. So there's a lot of information, but we're never gonna, put you on the edge and have you figure it out. We are going to kind of talk through that during the interview as well. But no, thank y'all again for coming. And like I said, share that recruitment page. It looks like Travis already read my mind. Put that link in there. So, follow our page. And yeah,
We'll hang out just for a moment just to see if we've got any other questions, information y'all need. And of course, you do have our contact information as well. So if questions arise after this meeting, please don't hesitate to reach out.
thank y'all again for coming. Y'all are free to go if you don't have any questions. And we look forward to getting your applications.
Yep.
Thanks, y'all. Class dismissed.
Bye. Thanks, y'all.